I just kind of wanted to come on here and thank you guys for your support on my most recent sketchbook tour video. I really didn't think it would get a little bit of traction, and it did. So thank you, and thank you to all the new people here, because honestly, it's not that I was losing hope, okay? I've been doing the art thing for like 8 years, but this year has been so hard because I started doing an Instagram reel every day, and I did that for about like 6 months, starting in like May, and I only gained like 100 followers. I probably gained like 5 or 6 new clients, which is amazing and awesome. It's still progress, but I felt that I was pouring a lot of effort into things that weren't coming back to me. I felt that my energy wasn't being returned to me in terms of like, you know, return on investment. You know, you invest a lot of time in something and you're hoping that it's gonna work, pay off, you know? But then I came onto YouTube and I have already gotten the same amount of traction in only like 2 weeks that I did in like 6 months on Instagram. So I just wanted to thank you guys for being here, and I can't wait to make some more stuff. And I finished this painting. Oh shit. This painting for my boyfriend. He wanted a surfing cactus. Listen, he's a goofy man, but he's fun, and he's also an incredibly great surfer, and so this was really fun to make for him. It's part of his Christmas gift. I even painted the sides, which is something I'm really like trying to get in the habit of doing, because I feel like it just looks a little more finished, a little cleaner, so I'm trying to do that. I haven't worked on this since I started it the other day, but I have been sketching a lot, so I'll give you guys a little sketch tour really quick. I've been loving these in particular. These are like these pastel pencils. They're kind of like colored pencils, but they're like juicier and like, I don't know how to explain it. They blend like really well. I think there's some level of oil pastel in them. I'm not really sure exactly what they are because it doesn't really say. Brains are multifaceted places, and since the sketchbook is a reflection of my brain, it is multifaceted. That one is my favorite bunny rabbit. It's so cute. Okay, anyway, I've been sketching a lot, so I just wanted to thank you guys for being here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm just gonna keep making stuff. I don't have any real clear direction. I'm just gonna share the things I love, the things I'm making, the things I've written, and I hope that, you know, you guys will join me and enjoy it as much as I do. So, yeah. Hello. Okay, so I was listening to a Hot Literati podcast episode, and she mentioned Codex or something like that, and they had a podcast as well, and I was impressed, and I started listening to one of the episodes about Carl Jung, and there was this quote at the beginning of the episode that inspired this painting that I just sketched out, and the quote from Carl Jung is, quote, "A huge task lay before me. I saw its enormous size, and its value and meaning escaped me. I entered into the dark, and I groped along my path. That path led inward and downward. and I had a vision of this. So I imagined, he was talking about how the path led inward and downward, and I imagined this kind of like suction of like from the center of the girl, and she, like me entering myself, kind of like the opposite of astral projection. I painted something like this many years ago, but it wasn't the same concept. Anyway, I haven't decided if I'm gonna do this like doubling thing, because I was gonna slowly let her fade out. But this was the version that ended up on the actual canvas. And then I remember looking out at it, and I hadn't drawn that background up there yet. And I looked out at it, she was floating. I thought, okay, I'm gonna put a horizon line. So I put the line there and a line there. I looked out at it again, and I said, something's missing up there. And then I looked back, and I was like, oh my God, it looks like a portal and two spread legs. So I added a chest and a chin. And now we are coming out of a portal. So it's kind of like this down and out motion. And I don't know, I'm really intrigued by the composition of this. And my sketch is fine to just start with, but I don't know. I'm gonna see where it goes. This is getting somewhere. It's really weird, but I really like it already. The color scheme is perfect. The implied woman, I think, is working with the mountains in the background. I'm glad I changed those to like a blue, so that's cool. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, because I'm gonna get these people to kind of glow from the inside out. They're gonna be mostly white with just like orangey edges and then getting darker on the way back. But her, I don't know what to do with her. I might keep her fairly like grayed out, like monochromatic, like just warm gray. I think that that would serve the rest well, because I want it to feel like, okay, I want your eye to come down, you know what I mean? So yeah, oh, it's really cool so far. I'm really into this, and I'm gonna make this line a little clearer as well, so yeah. Hey, so lately I've been spending a lot of time alone, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I have some friends here and stuff, which is cool, but I've only super duper clicked with like maybe 1 to 3 of them. And I live on the island of Lido, which is somewhat separate from Venice. It's technically part of it, whatever. So I have to ride the ferry if I want to get to the island of Venice, which is fine, but since it's gotten colder, it's really cloudy, it's dark by like 4:30, I kind of am less inclined to go out because a lot of like the bars and restaurants here are set up in such a way that like I'd say 80% of the time you're sitting outside, which is fine when it's not freezing, but it's just been really cold. So I've been forcing myself to get out of the house just to like go to a garden, go to the ocean, just get out, get fresh air, see people, and it's good and it works, but something that I've noticed I miss a lot since moving here is just like wide open space, wide open, empty space. I mean, I do have access to the beach, which is incredible. It's the only thing keeping me sane, if I'm being honest, because otherwise I think I'd lose my mind, because I am not near like a real forest. It would take me at least like an hour-and-a-half ferry ride to get to the nearest forest. And even that is technically on an island, so it might not really be a traditional forest that's like pretty, you know, lush, full of foliage, dense, secluded. So, you know, I've just been struggling with that. I think as a person in the world, I have learned that that is a large aspect of places I want to live, is they need somewhat immediate access to wide open space. And so I do really miss that about the Outer Banks a lot, because you can just drive for 20 minutes and you can be on an empty beach, or 20 minutes and you can be in the deep forest. And I love that so much. And I knew that was important to me, but now I realize it's kind of a deal breaker.
Never have loved the earth so well if we had had no childhood in it. If it were not the earth where the same flowers come up again every spring that we used to gather with our tiny fingers, what novelty is worth that sweet monotony?